Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
Hello, everybody. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And go, I'm Andrew. I can't believe you didn't say that, Michael. I can't believe John didn't do it.
I was going to do my Inspector Gadget voice, and I got to thinking it ain't going to sound right, so I didn't do it. I was going to
probably not going to sound right.
I was going to go. How was I going to say? Wowzers!
Yeah.
Go Gadget! Helicopter! Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
There you go. Well, if you more sense, but it's all good. Welcome to the Toy Podcast. This is just a little place where the three of us like to get together and chat about toys from our childhood. This week, we rewind back to 1992, and we're going to talk about the Gadget line that was released by Tiger Toys. So lots of fun stuff. We're going to maybe hit some people with some like extending arms, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be some flying objects that we'll talk about that probably got banned a few years later because children don't know how to not play with their toys and poke people's eyes out, especially in the 90s. But before we can talk about toys, John, why don't you do your thing?
All right. So check out our social medias and our websites over at I can't even talk tonight. Toy Rewind Podcast at Gmail or at. All right.
You can't talk, can you, John?
Rewind.
It's been a long day. ToyRewindPodcast.com and CrossTheStreamsMedia.com are our websites. Check us out there. If you're on Cross the Streams Media, you can stop and leave us a voicemail. You can email us at ToyRewindPodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, X, and Twitch. That still sounds weird. Is all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook and YouTube is Toy Rewind Podcast. And then, of course, there's the bingo game. If you go to podcastbingo.com/Toy Rewind, play around. Let us know if you get anything. There.
You said Instagram, X, and Twitch, and I thought for a second you were trying to figure out why Twitch sounded weird.
No, X sounds weird.
And then I was like, oh, he was talking about X, which is Twitter. We're still going to call it Twitter.
Twitch sounds weird because we haven't been on Twitch in ages.
We apologize if you go there.
Well, there ain't nothing there right now. So.
No. I mean, if you do go there, have fun. It should be a good time.
I go there to watch the STS guys, but they always take the week off that I'm able to watch them, so I don't get to watch them. So there's
a lot of good stuff going on.
I gotta let them guys know that, because they're never there when I'm here to watch them.
No, it's all good. I do since you mentioned the SDS guys, I do want to mention that we forgot to mention this last week because we had Reese on, or in the last episode when we had Reese on. I did have a message from Larry that said he had the Batmans, but that was all. That's all he had for the DC Primal Age. He didn't have anything else. He just had the Batmans. So he's a lot like me. So there we go. Also, before we get started talking about some Inspector Gadget, I would like to make and point this out right here. Michael, can you see that?
See that?
You mean this?
And there's John's. Our best big brother ever went to a Brookshire's event. Brookshire's is a grocery store that he works at, in case you're wondering and you don't live in the South. And they had the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders there, and he got some autographs for us because we were making fun of him because when he was little, he got to ride on a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader's lap during a parade or something like that.
I just got my picture taken sitting in the lap. I was
is it just your picture? Okay.
I was like 1-2 years old, something like that. Yeah.
And we were making fun of him, telling him, do not try to sit in their laps now. They will not appreciate that. Instead, he got their autographs for us. Yeah, he got their autographs for us. And so they are now, mine sits in my collection here.
I haven't been able to put mine up. I'm still looking.
Yeah. So, just wanted to say, thank you, Michael. Thanks for thinking
welcome.
about your brothers.
You're welcome. I thought you guys liked
It's all
it.
good.
I don't know if your
I
wives, your wives enjoyed y'all bringing home pictures like that, but
Bryony thought it was funny. She thought it was funny, so I think it works.
cheers and love to you guys.
You guys get anything new this week?
John, you guys.
We're stalling
I
just
did.
so anybody who's listening knows.
Oh, shoot.
Da.
I did get a couple of pops. So I got the crows. Andrew blacked out on me when I showed the crows. Okay. Eric Draven from the crows. One actually is holding a crow, one is not. So 2 different ones. Just happened to pick those up. Came across them. Big fan of the crow. So
I don't have it. There's something at our office that you would very much enjoy, John.
yeah, I'd love to have a poster since y'all have some of those.
It is not a poster. It is not a poster. It is a mannequin with one of his costumes on it.
Oh wow!
Except it's not just a mannequin. It's like a whole wax figure type thing, but it's just a mannequin, but it's not actually all wax. But it's on our 4th floor, and if you ride the elevator open, the doors open, he's right there. We have 3 elevators. One opens up to him, one opens up to Spider-Man, and forgive me, I cannot remember what the 3rd one is, but they're really cool, except for when you go to the office at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning and nobody else is there and you don't know that he's there, and you open because you're going to walk around and see what the rest of the office looks like. And it opens and there he is, like, and he's like coming at you type pose type thing. Like, it's this scare the crap out of you.
Why would you be at the office at 4:30 in the morning walking around just to see what the rest of the office looks like?
I went up there to work early. I went to work early to get some work done so that I could get off early that day. And we had all the movie posters. It's before I started posting all the posters and I started walking around getting pictures. It's a lot less awkward to get pictures of movie posters when nobody else is there. So that's what I was doing. And so I went up to the 4th floor not knowing he was there, and got the crap scared out of me, basically. So, yeah, lots of fun, but good stuff. I was in Texas this past week for a little while, and actually stopped by some stores and got a few Batmobiles that I don't know where they're at now, because that's what happens when they come to my place. I did end up with this one though, right here, the Lego Batmobile right here. If I can get my finger to move the right way, right there, the little 1989 Batmobile. Lots of fun. Actually even does this and has his guns.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
So now I got to find the pieces that popped off. A nice little piece that I got it put together when I got home, and it was cool. You know, nice to have more Lego Batmobiles. Also, when the wheels spin, the fire spins. So
that's cool.
Got that. Got those other Batmobiles. Hot Wheels, they're somewhere around here. But
which
anything good on your side, Michael? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Oh, wait. I do have a few. I got a couple from John.
Got one for me.
I got some sitting here next to me. They're already open, but yeah.
Yeah, see, I got the white one and the gold one.
Yeah.
And then I got
66 Batmobile Gold.
I got all these guys too.
Yeah, the animated series. So was it Bold,
the purple
and Brave, and the Affinity,
Batman Forever.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're all there. It's all fun stuff. Like, they just go with the stack that I have that's down there, and over there, and over there, and over there, and over there. They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
So, all right, we're ready to talk about some. Oh yeah, what'd you get? Yeah, sorry. I got
this bad boy right here. This is we're sticking with the diecast thing since Andrew has Batmobiles. This is the 1965 Ford GT40. This is the Auto World one, and it's a Miho exclusive. That's a dealer. It's not a store or nothing. It's just an online dealer, and they have exclusives to them. This one came out in 2017, and I have been searching this thing forever. This is the chase piece. It's the ultra red. And there was only 54 of these made. That's why it's so hard to track down. So I finally got a hold of one of these, and I'm excited to add this to my collection. So
Nice.
yeah, some of those from 2017, 2018, 2019 are pretty scarce. Once you get into 2020, the numbers start jacking up. But that time period, the chase pieces, like I said, that's only 54 pieces on that one that were made. And then some of the others are right around 108, which is double that. But even those, I mean, if you're looking for 108, one of the 108, it's kind of hard to find. But that's one of the very few that I needed, and I finally found it. So yeah, I'm excited. I was excited to add that.
Did either you happen to see that recent original Tiny Ghost teased the New York City Comic Con release for the Soulmates? We already knew it was going to be Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Yeah, we already knew it was going to be Ghostbusters, but they actually did the tease today. So
yeah. Okay, is that today?
I'm gonna try to snag one. I'm gonna try to snag one of those. And we know that they're also working on Turtles, so obviously gonna snag one of those. But I'm interested to see what he does with Turtles, because you've got 4 Turtles to choose from. Which ones are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
So which one? Now, since I've been working all day, I hadn't seen that tease. What does it look like, Andrew?
Oh, there's no actual picture of it that I've seen yet. I've seen I've seen drawings, but I haven't actually seen the figure. It's just you can see the streams and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so you didn't really miss anything. Just the fact that it's like, yeah, that's what's happening.
Just that's what they said it's going to be. Okay, I didn't know if it was a certain character or what.
Let's see. No, since we missed out on.
Yeah, he had the Indiana Jones one, right?
Yeah, he had the Indiana Jones
one. We missed that one. Yeah.
Missed Indiana Jones. We got Beetlejuice. We missed out on Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
We got a Boo Man.
Link.
Missed out on Link.
Yeah.
Yeah, missed out on
Link. We missed out on Ash also, but none of us are Pokemon people, so it's not. It was a cool figure, just not our.
Does he release production numbers on those?
There's 200. I believe he's doing 200 of each one of them. So yeah.
Okay.
And I think 50, if I recall right. Do not, if you're listening to this, don't call Reese on me and have him come after me. I believe there's 50 chases and 150 regulars. Yeah.
Okay.
But it could be 25. I don't. Hold on. I'm trying to find the. Yeah. Limited. Good Grief was limited edition 200, and I believe there was. Oh, sorry. 175 commons, 25 chases.
Okay, cool.
So, but yeah, hopefully if you're not following them over on Original Tiny Ghost or Reese as on his social medias, go check out that last podcast where we talked about with the DC Primal Age. Get all his deets. Great guy.
Yeah, I want to thank him again
coming on and talking
joining us. Yeah, last week.
Yeah,
and hope y'all enjoyed the episode. If y'all listened to it, yeah.
It wasn't a huge rewind for us, but it was a really good episode. Just talking about that toy line. I mean, we've talked about Motu and all the Remco stuff that they've done, basically, and so to continue that on, talking about Motu is just our the Primal Age stuff just kind of worked.
And getting an actual designer on the show was somebody that big. I know we've talked to a few other people before, but having him that's actually been part of a bigger company like that and give us some insight on some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes was pretty interesting. Yeah. So.
And Reese, if you're listening to this, because hopefully you're a fellow listener now, we will be asking you to come on to talk about your backyard battalion, because we all think those are pretty cool. So we're gonna have you.
Yeah, I think I like those. They're pretty cool.
You'll be getting a message from us, Reese, about that. So
yes.
Hopefully you're a friend of the podcast now. All right. You guys ready to talk about some Go Gadget helicopters?
Go Gadget everything. Let's go. Go
All right,
rewind.
Let's go rewind.
All right, so we're going to talk about Inspector Gadget. Oh, yeah, this is the Tiger Toys line. It's part of Tiger Electronics, with the little handheld video games and all that. Where they got into some toys. I don't know if we've got into that before, but we'll get more into that later on in a later episode. We're talking about the difference between the Tiger Toys and Tiger Electronics. We'll get into that later. But this is just Inspector Gadget. A little history on that. We all know Inspector Gadget is voiced by Don Adams, who was from Get Smart fame. I loved watching Get Smart when I was a kid. Watched reruns of it with my great grandmother. We always watched some of those old shows from that time period when I was with her. So Inspector Gadget, the cartoon, it's one of those iconic 80s cartoons that was produced by DIC Entertainment. We've talked about them before with some other lines we've had. The series follows the adventures of a dim-witted police inspector that is like cyborgish, kind of like the $1 Billion Man, and a cross between that and I don't know. I had some descriptions here, but I don't remember what I did with them. So he's kind of half robot type guy and half Inspector Gadgets and police inspector. So yeah, he's got all these different kind of gadgets. And all he has to do is say go gadget, whatever he wants, and it comes out. Now with him, it comes out kind of it always has some kind of funny consequence when it pops out. It just doesn't do what it wants to do. So but he has different things like extending arms, extending legs. He's got a helicopter propellers that pop out of his hat on top of his head. He's got roller skates that pop out of his feet. He's got different little things that pop out of his hands, like a phone. He has a phone that he just dials. His antenna comes out of his thumb, and he talks into his pinky. And yeah, it's just a crazy thing.
That's better than the shoe, though.
Yeah, because when you're watching Get Smart, Maxwell Smart has a shoe phone. So he pulls his shoe off and he talks into his shoe, the bottom of his shoe. So just hope you don't step in a gum or anything while you're trying to talk and have to talk to the.
Yeah.
So yeah,
just
watch what you step in before you use the phone. So anyway, so he investigates the criminal schemes of Dr. Claw and his organization called MAD, M-A-D, and I never caught what MAD stands for, but that's the name of the bad guys. And he fruitlessly attempts to stop Dr. Claw. So he never gets. He does, but he doesn't. Because he's got his sidekicks of his niece named Penny, and then her dog named Brain. They're the ones that always end up being the ones to thwart Mad. And
all right,
Gadget gets all the credit for it. So yeah. So
there somebody's yelling that we don't know this right off the top of our heads, but it has been a long time since I've seen Inspector Gadget. So and as much as I enjoyed the show, it was not one of my favorites like Turtles or anything like that, where I remember so many things out of it. But MAD stands for either Malevolent Agency of Destruction or Mean and Dirty.
Mean and Dirty. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know which one you want to go with.
All right.
I think it's the first one, but I think the other one works also.
And in the cartoon, Dr. Claw, you never see Dr. Claw. He's always sitting in his chair. You always see from the back of his head. He's got his claw, his metal gauntlet thing on his hand, or actually both hands. And then he's got his mad cat that sits next to him. He's always petting the cat and everything, but kind of like a mob boss type thing, he's got going on. So you never see his face, but he's got this voice, voice. So it's kind of mean and scary sounding. And let's see. So the cartoon, it ran for 2 years. It had 86 episodes. So it wasn't really well. Galoob had a line that came out about the time that the cartoon series came out. It had a 10 or 12-inch figure with some gadgets, things that kind of fit on to them, but that was pretty much it. There was some other little PVC figures as well that came out throughout that time, but you really didn't get the action features until 1992 when when Tiger Toys came out with this line here. So it was like 9 years after the show began. It was right before there were some other spin-offs like Gadget Boy and stuff like that throughout the 90s, and then we ended up with 2 movies with Matthew Broderick as Inspector Gadget and stuff like that. So there was all different kinds of spin-offs with this thing. So the line debuted in 1992. It consisted of, there was 8 different Inspector Gadgets, with each doing one gadget action. You would figure you'd have one gadget that had different figure
that does them all
stuff, but I guess they couldn't get all of them in one figure, so they did different figures that did different actions. The thing about that was each Inspector Gadget had a different different color trench coat. In the cartoon it's gray, just your normal gray trench coat. But these, for some reason, they had all different color trench coats. But there were more yellow ones. There was like 3 yellow ones, but the rest of them were different colors. So it had different Inspector Gadgets. You had Dr. Claw, you had a Mad Agent, then you had Penny and Brain, which was a 2-pack. And then the line also had a flying Inspector Gadget with a ripcord thing. You stick it in there and you pull it, and it makes the propeller spin, and he takes off like it's just one of those zip rip cords you pull out and makes it fly. And there was a Gadget Mobile as well, is what the had for a vehicle for the line. So the line, it was a 5.5-inch line. They were 2 inches taller than your normal G.I. Joe, and so in each gadget, like I said, had a different color trench coat, had a different action feature. So we're going to go through each one real quick and kind of describe the features and what they came with and everything. So let's see, Andrew, we got up on the thing. One that's the light purple. I think that's light purple.
That's a light purple one.
Yeah.
John put it up, but yeah, it's a light purple.
Arms.
John did it. Okay. So it's kind of a lavender color. So this is Gadget Expanding Arms. It says expanding arms. So he's got buttons on the upper parts of his arms, and what you do is you hit those buttons, and his arms extend. So and then you also have different hands you can put on those extendable arms. So he's got just 2 normal hands with a little grip thing. You can put something in there to hold on to it. But there's also his left hand. There's a saw hand, and then there's the phone hand. So you can change out those hands to either have a saw or a phone or your regular hand. And then his right hand, there's a hammer finger, and there's a key finger on that. So, like I said, you press the button on the side of his arms, and his arms extend. So that's the light purple lavender, and they all look the same. They all have the same head sculpt. The body sculpt is pretty much the same. The articulation you have, and his shoulders where his arms can go around. His legs kind of have a little where you could turn them left or right. You can't. There's no knee bends or anything in there. There's articulation at the waist on most of these. Not all these have the same articulation because of the features on them, but that's that one. All right, John, what's the next one you got?
Let's see here.
We're not
We'll
as
go
organized this week as we
to-
were last week. So
Nope, this one's neck. Wait, I hit the wrong button.
you hit the wrong button. So this is
John
the
hit the wrong button.
magenta. The magenta guy. Then this is the telescoping neck. You got the picture.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I should have
Pulled them
gave
all
you
up
guys a list of how, because these are all all mixed up on
Well,
my notes,
we
but
talked about a couple different versions of this we were talking about. So
yeah. So all right. So
Yeah.
this is
You
your
tell me, I can pick them out.
telescoping neck. You put it up there, so I'm going with what you got.
there you go.
So this guy has a button on his back that makes his neck extend, and it actually spins when you hit the button and his neck goes up. It kind of spins in a spiral and goes up. He's got a few extra things that come with him. He's got a set of handcuffs. He's got binoculars, and then you've got a satellite dish that can go on top of that plugs in the top of his hat. So that's your magenta Inspector Gadget. So he's got the telescoping neck. Okay, so let's do, John, you want to do the light blue?
Tell me what that is.
The Go Gadget extending legs.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so the extending legs. So this guy has buttons on the side of his legs that when you hit the button, and they're kind of right up underneath his trench coat, so you don't really see the buttons. So you can kind of squeeze the side of his trench coat and those legs extend. Some of the stuff he comes with some skis with poles, like he's snow skiing, but the skis have wheels on it, so you don't have to have the snow to make them ski. And he's got the poles that go along with it, like your snow skiing, and then he's got roller skates as well, so you can swap them out. These figures do have little peg holes on their feet that this stuff plugs into. So he's got skis and he's got skates with this guy.
Now, can you use the accessories on like a different one?
You
Like with the
can,
skates?
yeah. Most
Okay.
of these, the hands on the other one that you with the extended arms that you switch out, you can't switch it out. The hands don't switch out on all of them. Some of them you can, but not every one of them is able to switch those parts out. But with the skates and skis and stuff with the peg holes, that'll fit every one of them. So,
Okay.
All right, let's go with the gray one.
Gray would be...
So we got Go Gadget's snap open hat. Sorry, that's a snap open hat. Okay, so this is kind of like your normal, snap. Your normal gadget, Go Gadget stuff that he's got a lot of stuff that comes out of his hat. It's like a magician's hat. He's got all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So he's got a little thing you open, the hat snaps open, and he's got a little thing on top of it that you can attach things inside there. So he's got this hand that you put in there, and the hand can hold. He's got a mallet, like a big hammered mallet, and then you have a fly swatter, and then you have a magnifying glass. And looking at the magnifying glass, it distorts the whatever you're looking at more than it kind of magnifies. It's not really a magnifying glass.
It just distorts. Yeah.
It's just a piece of plastic that makes it look like a magnifying glass. So
yeah.
So that's that. So you can say Go Gadget fly swatter, and you can pop his hat open, and his hand comes out. You can put the fly swatter in the hand that comes out of his hat. So all right, so let's go through the yellow ones real quick. So you got yellow, which is Go Gadget Fumble Gadgets. This one right here just kind of falls apart. He's a little bit different than the others. So he has a button on his back. He's got two buttons on his back. He's got one in the upper back and one in the lower back. And when you press those buttons, his head, his arms, and his feet fall off. So you just have a torso left. It just falls apart. So then he comes, some of the extra stuff that he comes with. He's got extra arms And we're talking about some of the hands will it go from the extended arm ones. Well, these hands are he's got similar hands to that. He's got one that's got the finger hammer. He's got one that has the phone hand, and then he's got his regular arms as well, and he's got one that has the handcuffs that actually just it's not a second cuff. It only has one, but it comes out of the side of his arm, and it has one handcuff, and it comes with a Dr. Claw's claw hand, his gauntlet, and it holds a bomb. So every time he tries to catch Dr. Claw, he always ends up with this hand with the bomb in it, and the bomb always blows up. So he always thinks he's got Dr. Claw, but he doesn't. So this is so there's just some extra. They just snap in. His feet snap in. I mean, his legs snap in, his arms snap in, and his head snaps back on. And then you press the buttons, he falls apart again. So that's your go gadget fumbles gadgets.
I like the yellow jacket.
Yeah, the yellow.
Right.
Yellow fits pretty good. Yeah. All right. So the next one we have is yellow. We've got the windsurfer gadget. So this one's a little bit. So this one. He's just cool looking. He's got the only thing that moves on him is his arms. He's got a little bit of a head articulation at the neck. His arms move at the shoulders a little bit. They're not really much because they got him sticking out like he's surfing. He has a sail that comes out. He's got his hand that comes out of the top of his hat that's holding on the top of the sail, and then he's got something that comes out of his back that holds the bottom part of the sail. And then he comes with this. He comes with his surfboard with the pullback motor. It's got wheels on it, so you pull it back and you let it go, and he takes off. So that's and then his trench coat is, like I said, will it go was yellow, and he's got a little bit different with him as his belt and all that are orange, and his gloves are orange, and his yellow trench coat has green palm trees all over it. So he looks like he's at the beach or something, I guess, with his trench coat. So that's his. The main feature is the pullback motor or the pullback surfboard, skateboard, whatever you want to call it. So, and he's got that sail coming out of his back. So, let's see. So the next one we have is another yellow one. This is Gadget water squirting. So, excuse me. So anyway, this guy has he's more a solid piece. He doesn't have any articulation in this figure. He's kind of a rubbery material. That way you can squeeze him. You stick his finger in some water and you let him go, and he sucks up water inside of him. And then you go around and you squeeze him again, and he spits the water through it. He shoots it through his finger. He's just a water squirter. It's all like a water gun thing that you squeeze and squirts water. He does come with some accessories. He's got an umbrella that goes on top of his hat. He's got a life preserver that I don't know why he needs a life preserver, but he's got a life preserver. And then he's got
the water to soak up water.
And then he's got this rubber ducky that comes out. It's on a little pole thing, so you can put it. I guess you put it around his arm, and I don't know. It's just a weird. It's probably one of the worthless toys in this line. Is this one here? It's just I don't know why you have accessories for a water squirter, but that's it. So not much to this guy at all. Okay, so we got one more figure in the Go Gadgets, and then one other thing. So you got the orange guys Go Gadget motorcycle, and actually I think this one's probably I don't know what other people think about this line, but this is probably the best one out of the line, I would think. So you got Gadget standing there, and what he does is the front of his trench coat from his waist down, it kind of folds out, and it's got two little wheels. and then you stretch his arms up, and he's got another wheel that you put that kind of it's got some posts in it, and then each post goes in his hands. So he kind of lays down on his stomach with the two wheels and the front wheel on it that he's holding on to his arm with his hands. And then you bend his legs at the knees that go back, so they kind of go up in the air. And then there's a handle that pops out of his back, and so he's like a little motorcycle looking guy, a tricycle, whatever, because he's got two wheels that come out of his stomach. And then Penny can get on and ride them like a motorcycle. That's what it is. So, but his legs come up when they're sticking up. He's got the peg holes on his feet. He's got a little flag like you see on the back of a bicycle or whatever that can fit in the bottom of his shoe, and it's sticking up. So you always know where he's going. You always see that flag flying. So I think this is probably the most fun one, I would think, because he kind of transforms into a motorcycle. I don't know. The rest of them just stand there and just extend arms or legs or something. But this guy, this one right here, I don't know.
Has more action to it.
Yeah, I guess so. And you can actually do different things. But as he's going around, you can get the Penny figure and put on his back like she's riding a motorcycle. So with no handle, I guess he can hold on to his ears for like a motor handlebars or something. I don't know. All right. So the next one we have is Gadget helicopter. This is the ripcord one. Like I said, it's got the little handle that you hold on to, and you've got the ripcord that goes through it, and you pull the ripcord and it spins underneath his feet. And then on top of him, he's got the helicopter part that clamps down inside of his hat. So that mechanism that spins inside him goes all the way through to his head. And it makes the propellers. And then just as soon as you get him going, he flies off your handle that you're holding, and you watch him fly off. So this is...
Hope he comes back down close to you.
Yeah, or
not on a...
Hopefully he doesn't get stuck in a tree or something like that. Yeah, that's usually how it works for us. We'll get them stuck in a tree.
So this is the point where the toy line flies off the handle.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the gadgets. What I say there was 8 or 9. There's 8 of them.
37.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the helicopter with the ripcord is 9 different gadgets. If you count the water squirter as a figure, yeah. So, then
There's
you
more
have
gadgets in our Batmobiles.
Just about. So the next one we have is Penny in the Brain, or Penny in the Brain. I was thinking of somebody else.
Brain,
you got Penny and Brain. Not Pinky in the Brain. That's who I was thinking of. Penny and Brain. You have a 2-pack of them. They come together. So Penny, she comes with her. She's got this little briefcase thing, I guess. I don't know, or it's this notebook that opens up, and she's always got her computer type stuff inside of it. This is way before. This is from 1983, the cartoon. So it's way before we had laptops, but that's kind of what this thing is. Portable computer inside the thing. It's kind of like a satchel type thing. I don't know. It opens up, but you can actually open it up, and you can see little stickers in there that has computer looking things in it. And then she has a skateboard also that she rides on. This one's not this one. Yeah, this one doesn't have the motor or anything. It's just a skateboard with little wheels, and it's got little rockets on the side. So I think in the cartoon when she rides it, it does have little rocket things on the sides where she goes. One thing I didn't say,
those rockets are backwards.
No, it's not. It's not. If you look at it, that's the end. Yeah. If you look at like an old turbine looking thing, that's what they look like. So one thing I didn't say with the orange Gadget motorcycle guy as Gadget, he actually comes with a helmet that is for Penny. So if you don't have Penny, then you just have this helmet for no reason. So you have to get Penny so you can actually use the helmet. So because she doesn't come with the Go Gadget motorcycle, but it comes with a helmet for Penny that's not actually there. So you can use the helmet while she's riding this skateboard. So that would be safer,
Right.
safer for
It should
her.
have came with her,
So-
not.
Yeah. And one thing about Brain, I'm supposed to say Brian. One thing about Brain is he's always in disguise in the cartoon. And Inspector Gadget never knows it's actually him. He doesn't realize there's a dog in disguise right in front of him trying to do different things. He just, oh, hey, mister, whatever you're doing. Yeah. So Brain comes with a sombrero that has little holes where his ears can stick out. He's got sunglasses and he's got a mustache. And all this, you take all this off, you put it back on. That's his disguise. And he comes with this disguise stuff. So, all right. So next we have the Mad Agent. So there is an agent on here. You can buy multiple of these to have an army builder, I guess. But
yeah,
he looks like one of the guys from it's either Aristocats or 101 Dalmatians. I'm trying to remember which one he looks like off the cartoon, the Disney cartoons. But yeah, he's some thug off of one of those. That's what he looks like. So he's got this long looking face with frown, and he's kind of tall and lanky, and he's got the little, I don't know what kind of hat that is that he's wearing, but anyway, that's this guy, and he comes with a bazooka. He comes with a bola bazooka, not just a normal bazooka, but a bola bazooka. So for some reason back then, a lot of things had bola weapons. I don't know. I think there's like a Batman that comes with one and stuff from it's a 90s thing, I guess, early 90s thing. So what the bola is, it's got this. It's like a missile thing with the ball at the end of it, and you stick it in there, and it's spring loaded. So you press the button and it shoots, but it's got two little balls with strings with the balls at the end. So the idea with the bola is when you throw it or you shoot it like him, when it hits something, the other two balls spin around at whatever he's trying to do, whatever's trying to go around, and it trips the person or something like that. So that's what the idea between that is. But that's what he's got. He's got this, and the bazooka is almost as tall as the figure itself. It's huge.
Like that, just to trip somebody, that's a lot of power. If that's that big.
Yeah.
But no, you might need that for some cyborg police detective, So
Right.
Okay, so that's your Mad Agent there, and then we have Dr. Claw. Now, like I said earlier, Dr. Claw, you never saw Dr. Claw on the cartoon. You never saw him. And then this line comes out, and they're like, well, what does Dr. Claw look like? Because you have to have an action figure, and he's going to have a face. So when they first brought this figure out, I think there's an option, or there's one that came out later without this, but it's got a cover, something inside the packaging that covers his face, so you don't see his face. So when you open it up, and the cover says, "Reveal the mysterious Dr. Claw." So when you open the package, you pull that little thing out, and then you see his face. And it definitely doesn't look like what you would think he looks like. Even the voice, if you would think this guy here was talking, he would sound nothing like what Dr. Claw sounds like on the cartoon.
Just looking at him, he sounds like Will Ferrell from Zoolander.
Yeah,
he does. Yes, it sounds like he would be a Will Ferrell character.
It's I can't remember what his name is. It's been a bit, but yeah, that's what he sounds like.
But yeah, so he's got let's see. Yeah, so he's got his little hand, and he's got a bomb that he carries in his hand and in his glove, and then you press a button on his wrist, and his wrist turns, and he drops the bomb. is what it kind of throws it. I guess he's trying to throw it or something. I don't know. But he does have a button on the side where that twists to throw the bomb. There, he also comes with his Mad Cat as well. And I think, like I said earlier, the later packaging, I think, doesn't have that reveal thing in front of them. So, but
That
yeah,
would be
it's kind of
fun. If you really know it, that's part of it. But then I guess you're not overly disappointed when you see his face.
yeah. And one thing about Tiger Toys is, since there wasn't ever a figure of Dr. Claw, DIC gave them the opportunity to, hey, you design what you think he's going to look like. So they went to them and said, what is he supposed to look like? They said, well, you come up with something. And this is what Tiger Toys came up with. And it's just, like I said, it doesn't look like what you would think Dr. Claw would look like. I don't know if the guy designing this toy actually watched the cartoon or what. I don't know, but it doesn't look like it. So, and the cat, Mad Cat, kind of looks like a kind of a dark gray and white Cheshire cat is what he kind of looks like. So, but he does have that evil looking grin on the cat's face. So,
yeah.
All right, so that is all the figures in this line. So let's get with the vehicle, the Gadget Mobile. So this is a police car.
I was gonna say I like this.
It's pretty cool, but if you watch the cartoon, his police car turns into a van.
Yep.
I mean, it changes like that. So this vehicle actually does change into a van from what it looks like. So what you'll do is you would take the back part of the car off, the back window portion, and when you come up, there's more that kind of hides inside the vehicle. When you pull it up, you would flip it over upside down and put it back in, and that makes the back part more from a hatchback to more of a straight up like a van type back. That's what that is. And then you would kind of tuck the hood inside the front fender, and you could press the front of the car into it. You just kind of press the car into itself, and it makes that a little shorter, and it makes it look like a van. So it's kind of neat when you switch it over like that and squish it. It makes it look like a van. On the front bumper is a cool piece, because when you run up to a figure, a bad guy, whatever, and you bump into them at the middle of the bumper sides come in like a big claw, like it's going to grab you and hold on to you. So it's like a grappling hook, whatever, without the grappling part. You just run into your bad guys, and just hope you don't run over them, I guess, if you're doing that. So
I mean, are you worried about running over bad guys?
I don't know. So that's pretty much the vehicle itself. Now it's a cool little piece. I might have to see about getting one of these and do like a Motoring Monday with it.
Yeah, I really like these. Like I remember this one specifically. I don't think we had any, but I do remember just the fact that it turned into the van and everything. So
yeah. So yeah, that's something I might have to look into getting for a Motoring Monday. I need to get back into that. So, but yeah, it's a cool piece. And as far as the line itself, I think it would be cooler if you had one or two figures
that did a lot.
That did a lot of different actions instead of just one at a time. And you had the little cheesy water gun figure that squirts water. Yeah, and then the ripcord. That was a cool feature, but a cool thing to do, but not for like a Inspector Gadget thing. I don't know. So, but yeah, there's so much more they could have done with this line to make it better than what it was, and have more. I think the guy who designed Dr. Claw should have watched the cartoon and come up with a better idea.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
my thoughts on this toy line.
I honestly think it would have been cooler if it was just a chair
With
that
the arms.
had the claw, the arm, and whatever, and the cat there, and you turned it around and there was nothing. Like it was just, I don't know, just like an empty chair. I don't know, something. Just
Something
because
just the
we
arm
never
sitting on
saw
the
it, so
arm.
you don't. Yeah, that's not Claw. That's some other weirdo that sounds like Will Ferrell. So that's what it is. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's
Yeah.
I do like the toy line. I think it's very interesting. I agree with you, Michael. It would be a lot better if there was a few figures that did multiple things at least instead of just one. I get it was the 90s and they hadn't figured out how to do multiple things at once.
And
But you know,
it was the 90s and it was Tiger Toys. They were more on the electronics part of stuff. So it really wasn't, I don't think they put a lot of heart into the action figure line side of things, the toy line side of things.
I think based off of last week's conversation, we should start a whole session or a whole group thing or a part of the podcast where we talk about what this toy line would have looked like had it been put through an 80s Motu filter. You imagine Inspector Gadget going through that? Some bulked up legs, some arms. Yeah. I know we're not talking about RoboCop, but it'd be pretty close to that.
Yeah, it would be.
So yeah, I actually like this one. It's cool. The car, I do remember the car turning into the van, and I don't think we had it, but maybe one of my friends did because that really sticks out to me. What do you guys think about this one? Like,
I'm not real big on it. I think
it's not going high on Michael's list.
The Go Gadget mobile is probably the coolest part of this whole thing. There's not much to it. You just flip the back up and squish the front end, and it makes it look like a van. But it is a pretty cool piece. I like the vehicle part. The idea between that inspired Gadget was a mixture of Dino Mutt, Wonder Dog, Get Smart, and $6 Million Man. Those are what I was trying to think of earlier. So, but anyway, so enough of that. Where would I rank this on my rank of?
Yep. Where are you putting it?
You might have to go down a little further.
I was about to say you need me to scroll down.
Yeah, let's put this. Actually, go back. No. Yeah, no. No, go down. It's going to be low on the list. I don't know where you guys are putting yours. I'm going to put this right above Moon Dream, between Pirates of the Galaxies and Moon Dreamers. That's where it's going.
Okay.
I don't know what number that is. That's pretty low on the list.
Yeah.
It is above Keepers and Manglore. I completely forgot about Keepers, to tell you the truth.
John? I do think it's funny. As much crap as we give Mangalore, it is no longer last on our lists.
No, that's why I said I forget. At least we remember Mangalore. We ain't forgot.
I just forgot about these other ones. John?
Man, that's a tough one because I'm gonna put it in between. Well, I guess one down from what Michael said. Mine's gonna go between Food Fighters and Infaceables.
Oh, Foo Fighters. I was looking at my list going, what are you talking about?
Not Foo Fighters, Food Fighters. Foo Fighters would be up top.
All right.
Musical group list. Foo Fighters would be
22, number 22, I think.
Okay. Well, don't worry. I will save you, Mr. Gadget. You're going number 7 on my list. Because I actually like these. But I do think this hit me different than it did you guys because you guys are a little bit older. I think it fits with my age a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you know, that's all right.
I even think if this line came out in the 80s, it would be better than what it is here.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot that this line could grow, could be better. But I don't know. The cartoon, I feel like at least the toys did a good job at showing from the cartoon and everything what was going on there and what you could do. They just needed to, I really think, like you said, combine the things into one figure or a couple figures that are doing multiple things would be a little bit better. How you do that, I don't know, but that's also why I'm not a toy maker. Figure it out, make our toys that much better. But I still think they're cool. The car saves it a lot, makes it really cool. Brains disguise, I mean, that's top notch. I mean, and
I do like Brain. Brain was pretty cool.
Because Brain's basically that plastic stuff over the wire figure that you can bend and make it move in whatever he wants, kind of like Gumby was. And so I don't know, I like that. I thought it's kind of cool. You know, it's just a dog. It's not like he has to be crazy articulate with every little thing. So you do this so you make him do whatever you want him to do. Plus, you add the sombrero, and he's no longer Brain. He's like Senor Brain. So I don't know. I like this one with a mustache.
Yeah,
Senor Brain, a mustache girl question. Okay, we got the mustache joke in there. What else do we want to talk about with Inspector Gadget? We have anything else? I did not reach out to Larry. I forgot to.
The cartoon was great. I loved the cartoon growing up.
I will say, did Broderick did 2 movies?
Yeah, there was 2.
Yeah, so the first one was good. I mean, it's not as good as the cartoon, but obviously when you turn, you know. Oh, no, Matthew Broderick only did 1.
He did the first one. Who did the second?
He did the first one. The second one was I can see his name.
I didn't realize it was a second actor.
I thought he did too.
I can see him. No. Inspector Gadget 2. What's his name? French Stewart.
Oh, I forgot about French Stewart. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
French Stewart.
I thought Broderick was in both movies, but yeah, I do remember French Stewart doing something. Yeah.
So automatically with the second one, when you have a new actor, you know the movie's not going to be as well, not going to be as good. And also, let's see, it was 2003. The second one came out in 2003.
French Stewart was only good in Third Rock from the Sun. That was it.
You have 4 years between them. You have 4 years between the movies, and you change actors. So French Stewart has been in a few good things. He was also in Clockstoppers, pretty funny movie.
I guess I haven't seen that.
I feel like he's been in some other stuff though.
He had his 15 minutes of fame. 14 minutes of that. 14 minutes of that was in Third Rock from the Sun. I love that. That was a great show. That was great.
He's got a very good voice. Like he's in Hercules. He does a voice for Hercules.
He does do the voice work he does is good. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got a few little things.
Yeah.
But okay, well, whatever. It's not a French Stewart podcast. So the second movie's not as good. The first one's good. I enjoyed it. Thought it was fun, but definitely not as good as the cartoon. But yeah, I like Inspector Gadget. He's kind of a cool guy.
Yeah.
John,
clumsy.
anything to add?
Clumsy good.
Nope, nothing
to add. John's nothing. All right. Well, thanks for listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. This has been episode 100 and I was getting there.
129.
Oh, you're making it dramatic now. Okay, go ahead.
I kind of was. This is USA 129. Dude, this is 129. Guess what? We are catching up with the Dorksmen. We are going to put them behind us. We're not going to talk about. We're going to talk about them for the next 11 episodes, and then never again until we have Joey and Nate and Clint on again. But episode 129. We talked about Inspector Gadget. Lots of fun. Be sure you go follow our social medias. That's the Toy Rewind Pod. Again, if it looks like it's run by 3 guys that don't know what they're doing, you're in the right place. If it looks professional, just skip it. It's not. It just looks like it is. Also, be sure you go over to crossthestreamsmedia.com and check out some of our sister podcasts that we have over there, like The Dorksman, where you can go listen to their entire archive over there. 3 Beers and a Mic, The Movie Gap, Front Row Negative, Beering Ain't Easy, the SDS guys, which we talked about at the beginning of the episode, Burn Appetit. We have a couple podcasts about Dan Aykroyd, the Burt Reynolds, the Charles Bronson podcast. Still need to listen to that one and find out exactly what they really talk about it, because I feel like there's limited amount of episodes there, but I don't know. Lots of good stuff. Cross the Streams Media. Check out all their social medias and everything. And on behalf of the Brothers Newland for the Toy Rewind podcast, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. Follow and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.